Certainly. My name is Emily Delerta. I'm a certified medical interpreter, and I work with the International Medical Interpreters Association that we most commonly refer to as the IMIA.
As the minority rate continues to grow in the United States, Florida in particular has had the most growth. International Medical Interpreter Association, which was founded in 1986, has been helping minorities throughout the years go to their medical appointment and has been helping them with on-site interpreting.
Currently, I am the state chapter chair for the state of Florida, the state representative that represents the organization in Florida.
Okay, and when we first spoke, you actually informed me that the percentages of people that speak a different language in their household went up from 70 to 76. And I wanted to see, how does this organization cater to that 76% in need?
In Miami, yes, in Miami, percentage of the population that speaks a language other than English at home is very high, 76%. In Florida, in general, it's more like 21%, which is still pretty high.
Lola Bendena, which is the president of the organization, has most recently did a speech on the importance of medical interpreters in the United States.
So which are the two problems is if we go into the actual disaster relief and what IMIA is doing about it. There is the current disaster and emergency response do not address the problem of language services, of interpreting and translation needs. And the second main problem is that they do not understand the importance of professional interpreting and professional translation services. They are not aware of the consequences of working with a non-professional or just a volunteer. So who actually needs the service of interpreters? As you all know, over the last few years, the immigration keeps growing. Globalization is simply going, the expansion, it goes to a point that you have immigrants in every single country in the world. And you will always have language minority populations that require that additional support.
As I continue my insightful conversation with Emily, she informed me the dangers behind not having the medical translator position continue to grow in the United States.
And you get this feeling, you can imagine it yourself going into, if you have some kind of an emergency or a medical situation where you don't understand what's going on, you don't understand, you see needles, maybe somebody's talking about surgery and you don't know what's going on. You could just imagine how you would feel in that situation. So it can lead to confusion, it could lead to misunderstandings, misdiagnoses, adverse health events, sentinel events, including death, and it has, unfortunately. One of the biggest cases for language access, unfortunately, there's more attention paid to these issues when it comes to a lawsuit, to the question of a lawsuit, which it shouldn't have to get that far, but one of the most well-known is the case of Willie Ramirez. It happened in Miami, actually. In 1980, Willie Ramirez was a young man who went into the emergency room. He was unconscious. His family accompanied him and didn't speak English. And they didn't speak English comfortably, they were Cuban and Spanish was their first language. And they were not offered an interpreter. There was no interpreter available. And this young man, who was, I think, a teenager at the time, so 18 or 19 years old, he was misdiagnosed, mistreated,